Have you ever rolled your ankle? Had it swell up real nice and get lots of pretty colors? Well, my friend Christina did this, and so I am helping her out with how to put on Rocktape for a swollen ankle. Rocktape helps with pain and inflammation. It will knock down some of the pain, and the stretch in the tape will help with the inflammation. Look, inflammation is not necessarily a bad thing. That is your body taking all the stuff that fixes it to the area. The problem becomes if you can't get all that stuff out of the area and it gets big, maybe some pressure. Look, I don't love ice. You have things like tape, like elevation, that can be used way more effectively. So here we go. You take a long enough strip to where you can put it. I like this kind of stirrup technique because then it tends to not catch on socks and shoes as easy. So you get a long enough piece to where you can go up the sides of your ankle. You get to choose. You can get a long piece that goes even longer if you really like that. The idea is to get that inflammation flowing to and from freely. So once you have your piece, you can do multiple layers, but rounding the corners isn't essential, but it just helps it stay on longer. It's going to catch on clothing and bed linens less. All right, so then we're also going to slice it down the middle. All right, sort of middle-ish. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to walk in circles because one side is less even than the other, okay? But see, we just took it and cut little legs on it. So now, application-wise, you're going to tear it at the base of those legs because it's going to make it easier. Now the other, so we have tears there. The other one I'm going to tear is right in the middle, from here. Okay, so this is actually going to go on the bottom of your foot. So if you need help doing this, if this is a hard position to get into, by all means, do that or set it up in such a way where you can kind of help yourself. Let me know if you need help with the application and you're not as flexible. But so I have that base part on, and then we're going to take the legs, so to speak, and kind of cover some good area with this. Look, the only reason we're doing skinnier strips is so you can cover more area without feeling wrapped like a mummy. All right, and then we're going to do the other side the same way. Sorry for my lack of videographer right now, but I'll show you. So you kind of just put them in a nice area to cover, okay, as much area as possible, and then that stretch is going to help all the fluid flow. Then you can also take another strip, round one end. I showed you in half on the other one. We're going to go a little fancier just to show you an option. How are your thirds of the tape? Again, rounding some of the corners will help. I'm not going to round them all because we're just doing a demo. And then tear at the base of all those little pieces. And then we're going to put on the anchor. All of this, please do on clean, dry skin. Don't do it right out of the shower because your skin's not quite all the way dry. But if you start right there at the toes, then you know you're not going to go too far into your toes if you started up here. But now all of a sudden I've got these little legs that I'm going to really get some good coverage to help with that fluid movement. All right, and then the last one, gonna wrap it around. All right, let's see if I can show you all that. Right? Look at all that. The skinny strips are so gonna keep it comfortable because it's not gonna work if you're not gonna keep it on. All right, so that one big strip, you can just do that without the legs in it, and then one up the middle, fine. If you don't want to get artsy craftsy, don't worry about it. But it does help a little bit to cover more area without feeling uncomfortable. I hope this helps. This should stay on for 3 to 5 days. Sometimes if you're doing shoes and socks a lot, and depending on, you know, weather-wise, if you can't always wear flip-flops or work-wise, you know, it might not stay as long because you're risking catching it on socks and shoes and things like that. So it can get wet is the point. Please shower. Showering is great. And then keep it on as long as it stays on and reapply as necessary. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, message me, but I'll see you on the next one.